Hey everyone. Um, so today, whenever I was recording that video for the date 10, I said at the end it was about 4 a.m. when I was finishing up because I couldn't sleep. Well, I didn't go back to sleep till about 11 today, and then I slept from then until about 1:30, 2 o'clock, and I've come to the realization that I still have so much to work through that it's literally kicking up my insomnia. My insomnia only comes when the depression gets to kind of a bad state, and it's kind of there, and it's kind of draining because I'm still working through the death of a close friend, working through the mental break I had at the end of the semester, and that's kind of how these past week basically has been. That's how this past few string of videos have been. It's just dealing with everything. But I think where I trip up is the fact that I keep thinking I'm okay. Talk about how it's okay to not be okay, but still don't fully realize how not okay I am. So it's a little rough right now, and that just it forces me to stop and reflect. So what I did this morning about 6:30, I'm pretty much broke until I get paid next week, and even that money's gone already. But I have this little thing of change, and I had about $2 in change. So I grabbed it, walked to McDonald's, had a sausage biscuit and a Dr. Pepper for my breakfast at about 7 o'clock this morning. And on the walk there, I was listening to music, just letting my mind roam free, just giving myself a chance to declutter. And when I got there at McDonald's, I ordered my food and I sat down, and my food comes, I eat it, and then I just pull up my game on my phone called Dragon Ball Legends because it's a fun game. I'm getting back into it just because it's something different than what I normally do, and plus I know how to make it to where I can play that game for a few hours and still not tire of it. So I was at McDonald's for literally 2.5, 3 hours today, just sitting there watching the sunrise, watching the clouds leave as the rain just hit, and just finding moments of peace and clarity as craziness goes on. Then I walked back. Then I got home. Then I went to bed. And then I got up. And then I had a one of those small Totino's pizza that you could just put in the microwave for like 8 minutes and it's good to go. Turn it into a sandwich kind of thing. Just fold it and eat it. And I'll Taco Bell for like dinner. I like that. Well, they were doing free tacos today, so I had 2 free tacos, and then I had a couple of the shredded mini quesadillas because I had a friend that said they would spot me since I'm kind of too broke to eat out right now. And being out of my room and being with people was very helpful. It got me into a better mindset that wasn't so focused on just everything that's going on. And now I'm realizing that I don't handle death very well. I'm never good with goodbyes. Never have been. Probably never will be. And when it comes to funerals, I never am able to process it. Like, I understand that they're gone, like, forever. But I don't know how to... Like, I don't know how to live with that. I know what helps me get through it is making sure those around me that are also struggling with the same thing are doing okay. So every once in a while I'll check in on the few that I have contact with and see how they're doing, and we just all handle it differently. And that's interesting to learn about. That's how people deal with it. Like, I have a friend who got a tattoo in remembrance, and I'm hoping to be able to do that as well before the end of the year. Just help finances make it so. I still have to actually make the design and everything, but it's just hard. And then dealing with all the emotional trauma I had at the end of the semester with trying to be okay, being single, being a first generation college student about to graduate, but I'm kind of falling behind and don't know if I was going to make it. And just finances, because finances always suck so much, and I hate it. No matter how many jobs I work, I'm still broke. It's a lot of stress and a lot of fear and anxiety that comes with it. And I don't think I ever allow myself to actually be upset at the situation I'm in. I always try to force myself to say it's okay because there's something we can do and move on from it. But I'm kind of allowed to say it sucks. I'm allowed to not be happy with what's my situation and everything. The only thing I'm not allowed to do is give up because of it. Because I think we're all allowed to have a temper tantrum like a child would have. I think we're all owed that. Just how much life sucks. Because you know how kids are. Like, they'll have a temper tantrum, and then they'll get over it, and then they're okay. So I feel like we'd be in the same boat. Like, why can't we do like what kids do? Just because they're kids doesn't mean adults can't do it either. Like, I saw this post that, that now that we're adults and can drive and everything, what's stopping us from going to the store and buying a whole cake and eating it? And I always find that funny, and I want to do that, but I'm a little too health conscious to actually do that. That even before I started dieting, like, I know for certain I'm not going to be happy at the end of that cake if I eat it all by myself. Like, it's just not good for me. But a whole bag of chips eaten one day, yeah, no, that's fine. No, that's fine. It's depression works differently for each person that it hits. And that's why it's a subject that people can't or don't really talk about, because they don't know how to. Even I don't know how to. I'm just going off of based on what I've seen and experienced myself. But I know there's a lot of different issues that people go through that I wouldn't even know where to begin. And it's like, I definitely stay out of political stuff because that's just asking for trouble. And that's kind of what causes our widespread issues in in America and worldwide, is just focusing so much on politics. And this may come out as kind of blunt. I don't mean it to. But if we focus so much on political issues that we don't focus on the issues that affect us, or affect us around us. Like, I'm not saying racial issues are not a thing, because racial issues are a thing, and that could be something that's affecting someone heavily. I don't know. I feel like we put too much focus on political things that we lose sight of things around us. I could be wrong. And if I am, then I'm sorry for that. But I think we get so caught up in our day-to-day lives that we don't focus on ourselves. That's something I know is for certain. We never take the time to make sure ourselves are healthy. Especially people that are, like, what I've seen is if you're in a relationship, then, okay, my experience with being in a relationship, I will rarely ever say if something's wrong with me. And that's because I don't want my significant other to worry. I know that's not right. I still do it anyway. There's something about that. I don't know if it's a prideful thing, but I'll never outright say I'm not okay right now. It normally would take me breaking down in order for something to happen, or for the conversation to be had. And that's what I learned a lot in this past relationship I had last year. Excuse me, my phone went off. Let's turn down that ringtone. That's something I learned in this past relationship, is that I suck at communicating. Like, if there's an issue that I feel like would affect the relationship, then yeah, I'm going to talk about it. But if it's something about me, I never talk about me. Like, mentally, nah, don't talk about it. I never try to focus on my issues, because I'm too caring of the other person to even focus on me. Like, if they're going through a lot of things, then I put the focus on them, whether they like it or not. And that's not with relationships, that's like dating in general for me. Even friendships for me. Like, I rarely focus on my own issues. And that's an unhealthy trait I have that I'm working through. But I know I can't really help anybody if I don't help myself, kind of thing. That's why I started the weight loss journey. That's why I started this channel. That's why I started just trying to be focused on helping myself get through all these challenges so I can help others that are going through similar ones. And I will never have all the answers. And that's a pill I had to swallow a long time ago. And there's still some moments I feel like I'm trying to be a know-it-all when I know I'm not. And sometimes it's just accidental, out of habit. Try to be like, listen to me. I know what's right. But it's part of the time I'm wrong. Depression really sucks. There's no sugarcoating that. It just sucks. And I hate how much it's affecting me, how much it affects my friends, how it's affected my friends, how it's affected my family, how it's affected the people near me but not close to me, how it's affected my school, how it's affected my state, how it's affected my country, how it's affected my world. I know the cure for depression is love, and that's kind of hard to find nowadays. And I don't mean dating love, I mean like true love, like from a friend, from a parent, if you're married, from a spouse. Like, it's your neighbor. Like, we should always love our neighbor. Like, love your neighbor as yourself, as a verse in the Bible says. And that goes for if you're not Christian either. Like, you should always be able to help those around you. But there's so much judgmentalness in this world that it kind of stops us from loving one another. And that isolation, that loneliness that most people feel, that make them act differently than where they should, causes so many problems to one another, to themselves even. I just think about the times that... So I'm originally from Dallas, and I hate going to Dallas, because every time I go in or try to leave, something bad happens. Like this last time I went to Dallas, because after the funeral I wanted to go home. I got in my grandfather's car about 3 a.m. going home, and we pull onto the highway from a different highway. And for some reason, this guy was honking at us when we were going the speed limit. We weren't going too slow. We were just doing our thing, trying to get home. This dude honks at us, pulls out in front of us, makes it to where we can't pass him, and flips us off for like 5 minutes. And I'm like, why are you so hateful towards us when we did absolutely nothing wrong? And it's so stupid. Like, you don't know us, we don't know you. There's no reason to act that way. I don't care if it's 3 a.m. in the morning, you're so tired you can't think straight. Like, you shouldn't be acting that way. But that's something so small, but like that happens too often. Whether it's road rage, whether it's the way we treat the people that are homeless. Like, I don't know, I might just be going on a tangent ranting at this point, but there's a lack of love, and stupid. It sucks. Like, I know right now it's Pride Month, and because of that, there's a, how do I say this? Some people are for it, some people are against it, and some people that are against it just outright hate it so much that they hate the person and think of them as something that's not even human. I'm pretty neutral about the whole thing. Like, it's not hurting anybody physically. I personally don't see anything wrong with it. And the fact that we hate that so much to the point where we don't even see them as people. We just see them as evil. I don't think that's the right word, but we treat people differently for whatever reason. Whether they're different race, different sexuality, different religion, different denomination of said religion, different country, I already said racial, but it just doesn't make sense to me how we could be so hateful towards one another. Like, I used to work at Whataburger, and when I worked there were some nights I was really tired and did not want to put up with the management around me. And the people in the lobby were waiting forever on their food. So this is a Friday night, prime time for college students, and anybody that wanted to come in came in. So whether they were just off the street, whether they were people that looked like they were on drugs, kind of. I've met quite a few, actually, at nighttime. Never do an overnight shift at a Whataburger. You're going to just see some weird things. And there I go, being a hypocrite based on what I just said. But it didn't matter to me what these people were doing or who they were. Like, they waited so long that I upgraded everything I could for them for free. If they had a small shake and they waited like 15-20 minutes just for a shake, I made it a large. No charge. Like, I don't know how this ties into what I was just saying. This may be a bad example, and I don't want to offend anybody if I did. So, sorry in advance for that. But that's just a small thing too. It's just making sure people enjoy themselves. Give them a large fry, free of charge. Give them a large drink. Give them a large shake. And something so small, but like, people appreciated it. I can't tell you the amount of times I've met people that are so different than what I'm used to, and they turned out to be like some of the best people in the world. They were so nice. They were so energetic. I think those who sit and like hating on others, like, they're more of a negative person to be around. And I don't like being around those type of people. But yeah, sorry for all those tangents. It just goes back to, I don't know. I talk a lot when I'm like passionate about something. And I'm passionate about loving everyone equally, no matter what. And when there's a social injustice of treating people differently because of something that's not right, whether you're a Christian or not, that's not right. So, yeah. Sorry for this long-winded message. I hope I didn't offend anyone, because that wasn't my intention for this video, or anything I just said. I may have missed the mark at some point, because I'm not fully functional thinking. And if there was something I said that I shouldn't have said, then I apologize in advance. And if there was an issue, you can put it in the comments below and I'll respond. But yeah. Thank you all for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. And hopefully I'll get a practice stream in before I do the actual stream of Crash Team Racing on Thursday, because I finally figured out how to set it all up to do said things. So that would be exciting if I get that done tomorrow. But yeah, hope y'all have a good day. Hope that everyone's day is okay. And I will talk to y'all in the next video. See ya.